All right, we've got an update at the top of the hour to our top story. President Trump delaying plans now to sign an executive order today to dissolve the U.S. Department of Education. The White House just telling NewsNation it would come now in the coming weeks. Trump has repeatedly called for eliminating the department, calling it a big con job.
I want the states to run schools, and I want Linda to put herself out of a job.
We'd like to do this right. We'd like to make sure that we are presenting a plan that I think our senators could get on board with and our Congress could get on board with.
Trump's Education Secretary Linda McMahon there, the Senate confirming her this week, and she defends the president's plan to abolish the agency she is now tasked with overseeing. The department's defenders say it is crucial to keeping public education standards high and accuse Republicans of trying to push for-profit education. An immediate closure could disrupt tens of billions of dollars in aid to K-12 schools and tuition assistance for college students. For context, the department oversees around 100,000 public and 34,000 private schools in the country. However, more than 85% of public school funding comes from state and local governments. NewsNation's Libby Dean joining us from the White House with more. We just heard from White House officials a moment ago about this updated timeline. Did they give a reason why?
Hey, Marni. Yeah, just moments ago, I spoke with a White House official says that they are now reversing course and President Trump will not be signing that executive order this afternoon. Originally, what we heard about that executive order is it would be directing Education Secretary Linda McMahon to begin dissolving the Education Department. Now, instead, the White House is reviewing the draft of the order. That's what they tell me. And the president is expected to still sign this in the coming weeks. That is per a White House official. But there's certainly a reversal that we're going to want some explanation for, considering this is something that President Trump campaigned on. He has said this from the start that he wanted to dismantle the Education Department. And we learned early this morning that he was planning on signing that executive order. And now we're seeing the White House reverse course here. So a lot of questions there, but we do know that the president is scheduled to sign other executive orders this afternoon, just not that executive order that would dissolve the Department of Education.
And what do those other orders, Libby, include?
So we're working on more details about what those other executive orders are. We just know that this Department of Education one isn't. Now, you were speaking about Linda McMahon earlier and what her plans are once this executive order is signed. But she's actually only been on the job for around 3 days so far. But what we know is that Trump in the past has said, you know, we want Linda McMahon to work herself out of the job. So we've got this letter that we obtained here at NewsNation where McMahon wrote department employees on Monday saying, quote, the Department of Education is not working as intended, and this review of our programs is long overdue. Now, that program review likely a little bit delayed now that we don't have this executive order from President Trump, but of course she can still continue to do her work there at the Education Department. Just questions on what that's going to look like. But so far, we know that in the past few weeks before McMahon even took the mantle, we saw layoffs at the Department of Education, and we'll see what this executive order does when it's signed, but that isn't going to happen today. Today isn't the day for that executive order.
Apparently not. All right, Libby, thank you. Tomorrow, Linda McMahon will be here on the show to talk about it, and we'll see what we can find out as to the why. You can catch that conversation tomorrow morning, 9:30 Eastern Time. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.